Hello and welcome back to Dragon Age. Last time we came to the palace to find the person who we needed to kill, and he was not here. So I believe he might be still at the assembly, given he is an ambassador. So that's my current place to look. We're not going to go into the assembly just yet though. We're going to go to... actually we are. We're going to go into the assembly in case there... I was going to go to the Shaper, which is down here first. But we're going to go to the assembly in case it opens up some more of these quests, so we don't have to keep going back. Okay. Vartag. We'll talk to him now.
Warden, it is always a blessing for Orzammar to host your order. I am Vartag Gavorn, top advisor to our good Prince Balin. What news do you bring?
Yeah, I need aid against Blight.
Yes, the treaty. I've seen it in the Shaper's libraries. Now the difficulty is that the treaty only compels our king, and we are sadly lacking one of those right now.
Okay. Yeah, is there some way I could help?
My prince is the rightful king, but a disappointing number of lords back the upstart Harrimont for the throne. If you show your support for Prince Balin, he might be able to assist with your requests.
Yeah, I was told that King Endrin supported Harrimont.
That hurts worst of all. That Harrimont would take advantage of the dying king's delirium to plant such poisonous suspicions against his own son. After that, you understand why Balin cannot trust the word of a stranger, however reputable that stranger might be.
Well, I'm not a spy, if that's what you're asking.
Would you be willing to prove that? Harrimont has engaged in a campaign of bribery and coercion to ensure that every house serves him. But if a neutral party, a stranger, were to approach certain key members, perhaps with irrefutable evidence of Harrimont's deception, I'm certain my Lord Prince would show his gratitude.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'll think about it.
Don't expect this offer to last. If my prince hears you swore allegiance to his enemy, he won't be so friendly next time. I will be here if you change your mind.
Did he just threaten me? Does he not see the goal? He will crush you. Right, we're gonna
The
go.
assembly is in session. Enter quietly if you wish to observe.
We're gonna go into the assembly chamber now.
Your mind has gone to dust if you think we would pass such a writ. Half our houses would go broke without the service trade.
The proposal is only effective until we have a king to ensure we are respected by the surfacers.
Leaving you conveniently positioned to take over all contracts. I'll see your head on a pike first.
Deshers, lords and ladies of the assembly. I've already doubled the guard to prevent violence. Must I summon more?
Steward Bandalore, Balin's sympathizers are tying our hands with trivialities. They may as well open us to the sky.
I suggest we put the matter to a vote.
And I suggest you have a taste of my family's mace.
Enough! The assembly is in recess until the members can regain control of their emotions.
Well, guess we're not going back in there. Let's talk to the assembly steward Bandalore.
Stone-forsaken fools and dusters. I'm sorry. This is the assembly of the clans. Only Deshers and occasional guests of state are allowed in.
Yeah, well, I'm a Grey Warden. Am I not a guest?
Forgive me. I am so exhausted. I completely forgot about the message from the gate guard. Welcome to Orzammar, Warden. I hope you can forgive our unrest. The loss of our king has hit us hard. Respect for your role is great, but you won't receive a proper hearing until we have a king on the throne.
Yeah. So who has the authority to aid me?
Dulin Verender, Harriman's man, can be found at the Harrowmont estate. Vartag Gavorn, Prince Balin's second, is often here in the assembly. I only wish there was more I could do for you.
Okay. So we've talked to Vartag, and he threatened us. So we'll probably give Harrowmont's guy a chance. Checking Doolin for... So this is Harrowmont's guy. Hello.
I heard there was a Grey Warden here. I am Doolin Forrender, second to Lord Harrowmont, King Endrin's own choice as successor. Word is spreading that the surface may suffer a blight. It is shameful we are not in a better position to help.
Okay. I want to talk to Lord Harrowmont.
In an ordinary time, Lord Harrowmont would be honored to meet you. Unfortunately, we've already caught more than one of Balin's spies approaching Harrowmont under a pretense of friendship. So I'm afraid I won't be able to take your word. If you want to speak to Harrowmont, you will need to prove he can trust you.
Yeah, stop playing games with me.
You're asking the King of Orzammar to send armies to the surface, but Orzammar has no king and we have no army. Right now, the men who should be fighting Darkspawn are brawling in the street. If this situation is not resolved, we face civil war. If you want Lord Harrowmont's time now, you'll have to prove you have no intention of turning against him later.
So, I'm gonna just tell you outright, this Vartag guy wants me to besmirch Harrowmont's reputation.
I see. Well, it hardly increases my confidence to hear that you went to him first. I assume you refused?
Yeah. Well, I am looking for a better offer. He was like, help me or we'll hurt you, so... anything's pretty much better than that.
If you want Lord Harrowmont's assistance, first you'll have to prove he can trust you.
Okay. So, what do you want me to do? Denounce him publicly or something?
If you wish to show you have no loyalty to Balin, then work against him in Harrowmont's name. Balin is hosting a proving today, supposedly to honor his father's memory. The Deshers take it very seriously, and unfortunately, Balin found some way to blackmail or intimidate House Harrowmont's best fighters into stepping down.
So, you want me to figure out why they dropped out?
That would be enlightening. Though I hope you won't pry too deeply into things they don't wish revealed. If you wish to show your loyalty, enter the proving as his lordship's champion. With your order's reputation, I've no doubt the ancestors would favor your arm.
And this is to be your king. One who cannot keep his own men from running like frightened children.
Lord Harrowmont does not use threats or intimidation to motivate his men. He leads by example.
Ah, I see. So it's his example they follow as they cower from this Prince Balin.
How dare you slander Lord Harrowmont?
Why should we ally ourselves with someone too scared even to grant us an audience?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Were I you, I would seek a stronger king than this Harrowmont.
Surely you don't mean Balin.
He does seem cruel. Yeah, I don't think I'll help him. I'm looking like I'm siding with Harrowmont, but I'm gonna keep my options open. I'm not gonna outright say I'm gonna side with Harrowmont just yet, unless the game forces me into choose one or the other. But yes.
Have it your way.
Then you agree to fight in Harrowmont's name. Balin would never work with anyone who humiliated him in that way. Harrowmont would have no fear of meeting with you then.
I don't want to pick sides.
Then I'm afraid your only choice is to wait until there's a winner. Lord Harrowmont cannot risk his life working with someone of unproven loyalties. If you change your mind, let me know. The proving is this afternoon, and Lord Harrowmont could certainly use you on his side.
Okay, Zevran disapproves. Well, neither of them were offering me money or any other kind of reward. They were offering the same reward, so might as well attempt to be a good person. Let's go to the Shape Route. It's a lot less threats in libraries.
Thief! Who would dare take from the memories?
Can we help you?
Warden, I'm outraged. A thief in the Shapered. What have we been reduced to?
Did you see what he looked like?
I did. He was bald, with the most garish brand across his head. Almost like he took pride in being castless. Imagine. He's probably in the slums somewhere. As if he'd find a buyer for a stolen tome in Dust Town. They couldn't know the value.
Okay. Shaper
Perhaps you should stand over there
cataloger.
instead.
I thought it was a name for a second, but it's catalogue. Orta.
Oh, pardon me. Were you looking for a particular volume? Not that I could really help. I don't know the libraries very well. I'm just doing some research.
Looking to hire help?
Not exactly, but I'm looking for any birth records from the old Orton Tig. It fell in the last Blight, and my mother's family claims to be related. If I'm an Orton, it means I'm noble. I'd have my own house, a seat in the Assembly. Unfortunately, any records would be buried in the Tig's ruins, somewhere in the deep roads.
Yeah, I'll look in return for money.
You're from the surface. What do you know about fighting Darkspawn? There aren't even any expeditions planned until they settle this election. Otherwise, you need special permission from the Assembly or some great lord.
Grey Warden.
A Grey Warden? Mother always said that if anyone could find the Tig, it was the Wardens. I hear Prince Balin and Lord Harrimont have both been sending out small teams these days. Yes, if you can find the Tig in any records, that could do it. That could prove I'm a noble. If you could. Maybe now that you're looking. It's almost too much to hope.
Okay. Well, I'm sure we'll find time to find and return to her about half of her money, roughly. But this guy, he's got a quest. I'm just gonna leave me for a second. He is the main shaper, so just looking for books. Get a little bit more XP before we go into another conversation. Ah, better than books. Treasure. And a book. The search for the true prophet. This tattered tome explores the possibility that Andraste was a powerful mage, and not the Maker's chosen. It seems this book was saved from a fire at some point. And some gloves of the diligent. 4 armor. They're pretty good gloves, all told. Might do Sten. Ah, that's the kind of thing I'm looking for. Bit of XP. Right. Thought I spotted something. Good. Hello, Shaper.
When I last walked this hall, Endrin was king and Orzammar was at peace. The memories often speak of the swiftness with which change overtakes us. But it is different to see it firsthand. I apologize, Warden. I should not burden a stranger with such thoughts. I am Zebor, the Shaper of Memories.
How do you know who I am? I've had to tell everyone else.
The Grey Warden's visit has been recorded in the memories, along with all who accompany you.
Well, I'd like to open a chantry here.
That is an odd request, especially for one so new to our city.
True. True. But one of Orzammar's own has returned to spread the chant.
I thought so. This is not the first time he's made this plea. My answer to Brother Burkle hasn't changed. So I ask you the same. On what basis would you have me insult the ancestors and overturn 2,000 years of tradition?
I'm sure he said it to me. A chantry's charities could greatly aid Orzammar.
What sort of charities do you mean?
I don't know. They could provide work for the casteless?
I am not certain this is in Orzammar's best interests. Our castes have served us well, but it's possible this service could benefit our people. Very well, he may hold a prayer meeting as he requested, if not build a new temple to his god. At least the words would come from one of our own. Now, is there anything more?
No, thank you.
I will record this conversation in the memories. I hope I do not come to regret it.
Oh. Achievement unlocked bully. Not sure what that is. That's for, but we didn't bully him into it. Maybe it's for passing speech checks. Anyway, I just remembered there might be...
Ah, you return, Warden. Is there more you would know from Orzammar's memories?
There might be something else we want to talk to him about.
Ask, and I shall do my best to answer.
No,
Your presence has been recorded in the memories.
Wait. I'm trying to remember this conversation tree. There's
Ah, you return, Warden. Is there more you would know from Orzammar? Ask, and I shall do my best to answer.
Yes, we want to ask about the history.
We were a great empire once, outnumbering even humans and elves. We traded with your Tevinter Imperium, and our land stretched as far in the deep roads as theirs did above. Kal Sharok was capital then, but we lost too many battles. We lost our golems, and we lost our territory. Now the Empire is simply ruined tunnels filled with darkspawn.
Now we ask him about the golems.
The Paragon Caridon, a smith of unsurpassed genius, invented the golems. For years they were our weapon against the darkspawn. One golem is worth a dozen dwarves in battle. But Caridon's Tig is far into the deep roads. When it fell, we lost his secret to creating golems. There are books about it along these walls if you would read more.
Yeah. Golem like this.
Yes. We have only a few dozen left in Orzammar, and I do not recognize this one. Where did you find it? Every golem is precious to us. We'd pay a good sum for a new find.
I'd sooner jump into a pit of lava.
Unfortunate. Was there anything else? I must tell the rest of the Shaperate about this discovery.
That was it.
Your presence here has been recorded in the memories. I wish I knew what significance it has.
I wasn't sure whether that would open up anything else, but I knew that bit of dialogue existed and felt we had to do it. I mean, we brought Shale here so that he can talk about it. Yeah, we brought Shale here so that we can learn more about him, so might as well learn more about him. So let's go back into the Royal Palace and see if the Ambassador has decided to bless us with his presence, grace us with his presence. I don't know how to phrase it, but we'll see. What? Okay. Zevran. That's not the one I'm looking for. No, it's not it either. Just hold your positions. So we're going to stand on this, and then we're going to have a quick look around. We're looking for any hidden passages that might have opened to that. It sounds like it's a secret button. Hidden passage kind of thing. But I can't see any straight away. We will check in here. Just ignore the last phylactery. Yep. No dwarves. No dwarves. You're a dwarf. You're not the one we're interested in. No, can't go there. No dwarfs. Oh. I have no idea what this does. Sounds like it unlocks something through there.
No one enters the prince's estate without an invitation.
Okay, so the ambassador must be around here somewhere. Right, let's read this again. Gonna read the Denerim one again. Trial of Crows. You have a contract to kill Ambassador Gainley, who is residing in the Royal Palace of Orzammar when you take him out. Is he even a dwarf? I have just had a thought that this ambassador might be a human. Or something like that. That could be something. If he's... say... couldn't see any humans either. But I just had a thought, like, if he's an ambassador, he could be like the ambassador from Denerim to here. Okay, well. No, still nothing. I can't see him, so... maybe he turns up after you get a king? Oh.
Lord Haramont is a weak man, and he will be a weak king.
Yes. Well, we could go to Haramont's estate, see if he's hanging around here.
Desire.
Doolin, Butler, Haramont's guard. Noble.
Delighted.
Oh, don't mind us. We're just here to have a look around our potential employers' stocks. This is bedroom or something? Who is she?
You must be under great strain with the blight upon the land. I will pray to the stone for you.
Oh, great. Pray to the stone. Right. Doesn't appear to be any ambassadors here either. Can we like just... I'm gonna quick save because this says we can just walk in, so... well, I suppose we can just walk in. There's nothing here for us. It's interesting that we can walk in here, but we can't walk into the palace. But they both have guards on it. We're not going to outright say we're going to accept this quest either. We're just going to move on. I think we'll just go to the proving ground and see what's happening there. Right. Not interesting, not interesting. Oh, no. Ooh, another no. Hello.
Go on, I'm out of the nug game. Got nothing to sell.
I got nug.
Saraka, I'm back in the game, such as it is. I don't have much besides gratitude, but find a bunch more of these and I'll toss you whatever I found.
12 silver. Oh, well, it's a fairly easy quest. We can deal with that. Let's just go to the proving. Oh, no.
Think of it, Zevran. You may have stumbled into a most delightful possibility for your future.
Oh, are you dispensing professional advice now?
It simply occurs to me that if, say, Alistair were to become King of Ferelden, he may have need of someone of your talents.
From what I know of the fellow, it seems there would be a fair difference between what he needed and what he cared to make use of.
If Alistair becomes king, it would certainly not be through any brilliance on his part. Whoever puts him there, now there's the one who will need you.
Now that's an interesting thought. You've such a devious mind, my dear. Why have we not made love as of yet?
For what purpose? I would sooner stab you in the face than let you touch me, Elf.
And somehow that makes the idea even more intriguing.
Okay. Get in the way of those two. Got the next now. To the proving. I'm going to try investigating a little bit. As far as investigating goes, it's not going so great right now. Proving fan, proving fan. Proving master. We'll leave him for just a second. See if there's anything else interesting in here. Doesn't appear to be. we'll talk to the Proving Master.
Good day, stranger. Welcome to the Proving Arena. We're still closed until the fighters make their preparations, but come back this afternoon if you want to watch the show. Enjoy our grand city.
Okay, so it turns out that we are just going to have to go back and accept that quest. Because there is no middle ground in this quest. Okay, we can do that. No problem.
Why does the Swamp Witch still travel with the Grey Wardens?
You are of the opinion that I should not be?
I am curious. It seems as if it has little reason to stay.
The same could be said of you. There is no control rod commanding your presence, Gollum.
I have no history and thus no purpose. The same cannot be said for the Swamp Witch. Its purpose is simply unknown.
Keep asking questions and I shall turn into a bird. I can do that.
I have no fear of birds.
Oh, I didn't say you were afraid. I would simply hover out of reach. Hovering, waiting until...
Enough! I shall be silent.
Excellent choice.
Okay. Morgan's making all sorts of friends here.
You're the best wrangler I've ever seen.
24 silver of what we got so far from 28 silver. That's not bad. No, 24 silver. That's still not bad. I wonder if she'll talk to me yet.
You have come at a difficult time.
No, she will not.
Lord Balin is a bad man! Yeah.
I assume you won't talk to me either.
This has dragged on too long. It's an insult to 300 people.
Okay, so can't find
Lord
any.
Balin is the voice of change and defense. Lord Harriman is the voice of stagnation
Forgot
and
Harriman's
ruin.
one's back here. Because there is no way we're working with Balin. Because he threatened us. That means he has to die. It's the rules. You can try and kill us, but if you threaten us, then you have to die.
Do you see how things lie, Warden? Lord Harriman cannot trust you unproven, but he welcomes a good faith gesture.
Okay, well...
The provings are how our ancestors show their judgment, pitting body against body in a ring of scared stone. Everyone in Orzammar accepts that judgment.
Did he just say a ring of scared stone? Does he not... Should said sacred, surely. I must have misheard. There's no way that would have passed through. Right? Well, maybe it did. I just want to say
Balin
yes.
is hosting a proving tournament to honor his father's memory. But he somehow scared off most of Lord Harriman's fighters. If you can enter as Harriman's champion, you would prove your dedication well.
Cool, I'll do it.
Excellent. The arena is located off the Commons. Talk to the Proving Master and tell him you're entering Lord Harriman's roster. The key fighters we lost were Guidon and Baisel. You can look for them in the fighters' preparation chambers behind the ring. And be sure it's before the fights begin. After the first bout, no one may change the roster. If you need to find me again, I will wait in the Tapster's Tavern off the Commons. There is no better place to hear gossip. Perhaps even word of your victory.
Okay. Well, it's time to go and be part of proving. We get to be detectives.
2 years tomorrow. By all the holy sodding ancestors, how can you people just ignore that?
Bronca didn't go alone, Ogren. She took the whole house, everybody but you. So just get over to Tapster's and drown yourself already. You know as well as I do that's how this always ends.
You think I'm afraid of some cub warrior who's barely off the teat? Ha! I'll...
You lift a weapon or attack a single citizen in Orzammar, and you're stripped of your caste and exiled. Even you can't have forgotten that. Get out of here before I call a guardsman.
Ooh. Okay. Lolinar.
Can you believe it? Ogren's barely even warrior caste anymore, and he just clomps in here like he's entitled.
What were you arguing about?
It's been 2 years since Bronca left. No one has ever stayed in the deep roads that long and survived. The search teams who went out found nothing, but Ogren wants to keep risking lives searching.
So why does Ogren care so much about Branka, apart from that she's a paragon?
She's still his wife, isn't she? Even if she took their entire house into the deep roads and abandoned him.
Oh. Okay. So she married a drunk.
Well, before she was a paragon, she was just a smith. And Ogren was one of the best warriors of his generation.
Okay. So that was what you two were arguing about.
It's been 2 years since Bronca left. The search teams who went out found nothing, but Ogren wants to keep
I should leave before you start complaining about me being here.
If you see any guardsmen, tell them Ogren was at it again.
Okay. Ogren is in Tapster's Tavern, apparently. So, we're gonna have a quick drop in there first before we go and kill some people in the Proving. I don't know if you kill anyone in Provings. Hello?
So, I've been hearing rumors that a certain wine merchant is falling behind on his payments.
That's it.
I can't imagine what you mean. I pay my expenses.
What about the expenses your good friend Jarvia incurs when providing your protection? It's not easy ensuring nothing bad happens, that no one decides to just burn everything in your store.
My store! Please, I don't have much. Business isn't good. People are scared. Tell Jarvia I'll get her money.
Jarvia is not happy with your promises, old man. Now let's go inside and see what you've been holding back.
I think we're gonna come along as well. Hiya!
This is all I have right now. I could get more if I sell something.
Well, well. Looks like we have a visitor. Friend of yours?
Get out of here. This is private business.
What's going on here?
Please, don't get involved with this. You don't know what they're like.
Then allow me to make some introductions. These are dangerous times in Orzammar, stranger. Lucky us, the merciful Jarvia is offering protection from the chaos. You're wearing some fancy stuff there. Might make you a target. So if you want the Carta's guarantee of safety, it's yours for the reasonable price of 10 gold sovereigns. Or I can't say what might happen.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You see I have some nice armor on. Do you wanna start this?
Whoa, whoa. All right, you win. I'm not gonna die for 10 lousy sovereigns.
Yeah, you better run. Hello, figure.
Ancestors, bless you for saving my poor store. I don't know how to express my gratitude.
Money. But what do you know about Jarvia?
I've never met her, of course. They say she never leaves Dusttown. That's the older area of the city where the casteless congregate. She's the one directing this depravity. Since good King Endrin died, they're getting bolder. They used to be a problem only in Dusttown, but now they're in the commons, shaking honest men down for coin.
Okay. What do you have for sale?
I'm showing you the lowest prices I can afford, I assure you.
Oh, you have health potions. Well, that is perfect. I'll take your elf fruit as well. And your remarkable emerald. Which we will give to Shale. I think he likes emeralds. He's a rock, he'll like rocks, right?
Very nice. Very nice.
Yes, he likes rocks. Good. Or she likes rocks. It likes rocks. She likes rocks. Yep, XP. We might want to go into Dust Town to see if we can find anything out about this Jarvia woman, but not just yet. Who's Ordle? Hello, Ordle.
What are you looking at, stranger?
Oh, yes, I did meet your daughter. She was the one he chucked out for having a child who's not got a caste, maybe?
I have no daughter. Could be you met a casteless whore claiming she was once mine.
Oh, right. No, he's the person... He's the father of the child. Yeah, let's try and persuade him.
What? You think she'd die just to keep that thing? She knows what she has to do to come home. I never wanted her gone. Just the little cur. Can't she see she'd have a better life if she got rid of it?
Okay, so he's her father. I'm trying to work... I forgot, but anyway. He's a baby, not a cur, and she loves him.
Look, just tell her... We never meant to hurt her. It just seemed best that... Oh, just tell her to come home. Her mother and I are waiting for her.
Okay, so he's her father. Right. Doolin. Don't need to talk to him. Ogren.
What do you want? Hey, I heard about you. Grey Warden, coming from the surface. Great crisis in the world. People are saying how you've thrown yourself on Harrowmont's wagon train. I figured you'd be the one, you know, who could help me find Branka. But I guess you're just like all the rest.
No, I'll help you if you want. I just need allies against the Blight. Yes?
You don't need a king to face a Blight. You need a paragon. The Assembly elects them, but they're higher than the Assembly. They become nobles, but they're more than anyone born to a house. They're what every dwarf with a spine not made of soap dreams of being.
Including you?
Aye, of course. Being a paragon would be a dusted sight better than this. Why do you care what I want? Nobody cares about what I want. Your boss trying to butter me up or what? If you want the secrets of a paragon, do the work and find her.
Is Branka the paragon? What a stupid question, but I guess we're gonna ask it.
City's only living paragon, and she's been lost in the deep roads for 2 years. 2 years, and no one's raised a bleeding army to go look for her. What's it matter to you, huh? You trying to find out her secrets? That what Harrowmont sent you here for? I know he's been poking around, trying to find things out about her, what she was looking for. Won't tell me spit, though. He looking to take it for himself? A little lost technology of the ancients to throw Balin right out of the picture?
What if I genuinely wanted to help you?
Too little, too late. But it's a nice gesture, Warden. If you think your boot kissing will get you an in I don't have, you're welcome to try this. I know both Harrowmont and Balin have been asking about her. 2 years without a peep, and suddenly now they want to start looking. If you find out what they know, it might just put me a step closer to finding her. Or sit here and have a drink. It's all the bleeding same to me. Barkeep?
Okay, so... he's not willing to accept the possibility that we could actually want to go and find Branka now. Avoid this whole king situation and then get her to raise the army, but that's fine. We're going to have a quick look around Dust Town and then we're going to go to the Proving. It's going to be a very quick look. We're just going to go and see if anyone will tell us about this Jarvia. lady. Is that new? That might be new. This person has an arrow on their head though, so I'll talk to them first.
You're back. I thought you weren't coming. What did he say?
Ah yes, you! We accidentally finished your quest. Your father wants you to come home.
Both of us? I don't believe he said that. I've never heard him refer to my son as anything but trash. He calls him it. But maybe Mother convinced him. Or you did. Oh, my friend. I cannot thank you enough. If this were a story, my son would grow to manhood and pledge himself as a knight in your service. When he grows up, I will send him to you. I promise.
But wait, won't that make him castless? Because he's going to you'd have to go to the surface? Oh dear. Who are you?
What do you want, Warden? You're out of your element down here.
Hey, did you steal that book?
Is that so? What makes you think anyone here would turn me, this person in? You've walked into a sodding fight, Warden, and I've already passed your stupid tome along. Too bad for you.
One person versus 4. I don't think you thought this through. Really don't think you thought that through very carefully.
Alright.
He has passed the receipt on someone in the proving grounds. Okay. Well, we're going there soon. Have a quick look in this emporium. Hello.
You're back. You got more business for me? That's what I thought.
Okay. Guess it wasn't new. I guess we've been there before. Idle dwarf. Beggar. Let's talk to her.
I'm surprised to see you back. I thought the Diamond Quarter was more to your liking. You in a more generous mood now?
Here, have 5 silvers.
Well, thank you truly, my lord. That's right good of you. It takes a stranger to notice how bad things are, huh? No dwarf would lift a sodding finger. Excuse my language. What takes you out of the Diamond Quarter, stranger? You got a vice you're looking for old Nadezda to fill?
Yeah, where do you go to get drunk around here?
If you have that kind of coin, Salroka, you don't want to drink what they've got here. Take yourself up to Tapster's. Long as your face isn't branded, they've got anything you want.
Okay.
I'll just stay out of your way then.
I was looking for Jarvia. But I guess she doesn't know. Beggar. I don't think it's this house. Doesn't appear to be anywhere here. Suspicious door. Okay. Let's see if they'll let us in. On closer inspection, there is a small slot concealed in the folds of stone just big enough for a finger. Look through the slot. You see nothing but blackness. I guess we can't do that quest yet. But I am going to end the episode here. Next time we are going to go to the Proving Grounds to finish off this dead guy's quest and to possibly fight for Lord Harrimont. Thank you for watching. I'll see you then.